How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. We got ourselves some Pokemon leaks to talk about, or at least it seems to potentially be leaks. We don't really know exactly, but sit back, relax, and let's get started. First things first, going to be this Gen 10 related post over on 4chan. Now, this one is really interesting because it comes with this specific image, right? It's this image right here, as you guys can see, and we can open this image as well in a larger scale here. And basically, this is one of those collage images. Now, if you do not know what I'm referring to, in the past, Pokemon leakers, like people who actually have genuine information, have decided to leak things in a bit of a, let's say, bizarre way. They'll leak it by essentially making these giant collages like this one right here with these images and photos of different animals, references, pop culture stuff. And it's all supposed to refer to either a feature in the upcoming Pokemon games or refer to a specific Pokemon, either getting a new form or something along those lines. Basically, that's essentially what it's supposed to do. And this image came out and it has a lot of stuff on it, okay? There's so much on here. I'm not going to be able to break this down, or I'm just going to make really vague guesses here because I'll be honest with you, there is too much shit in here and I'm not very good at figuring out this kind of stuff. Occasionally I will, but for the most part, this is up to the people out there that are better at speculating on these things and theorizing on it than me. But we will talk about it further, and I might even do a stream where I talk about this week. But nonetheless, though, the most important thing is this is a massive collage, and it comes from this one 4chan post. And what this 4chan post says is the following. Back in October, I posted this, and it is two 4chan posts, two archived posts from back then. If we see if we can open it up here. And this guy actually made a post all the way back then. If we just scroll through this just massive chunk of posts, and this guy just said, good morning, since more stuff from Gen 10 is coming out, I'm willing to share further information so that you can confirm this as being true later on. What do you want? Stats, move pools, new moves, abilities, mechanics, plot, lore, Pokemon descriptions, characters, question mark. And he posted this collage of this stuff that we've already seen in one post, and he actually made another post around the same time. And this is like around the same time, basically, he made a similar post saying, hello, it's me again. I know you're all up and waiting for ZA, but I don't have much info on that and anything original on that field. However, once again, posting info on the 10th generation. In the previous post, I forgot to add Sinistee and Poltegeist regional forms, which are coffee, espresso, and mocha based. Well, as before, ask anything and I can answer with the most up-to-date info I have. For example, I can tell you that body and mind are chosen titles and spirit has finally been discarded, which previously it was contended with mind, which this is where you lose me. Body and mind being the names of the Pokemon games. Sorry, Chief, that's where you kind of lose me. But the reason I even bring this post up is because it is on 4chan and it was shared on one of these Discords, which do cover leaks and stuff. They're not saying it is real on that Discord. Of course not. That's not the case. But they are covering it, though, and talking about it. And the reason that they talk about it is as follows. This is from Cowman, who says, potential 4chan leak about some of the decks of Pokemon Gaia Generation 10. The alleged leaker showed this image on October 24th. On October 2024. So last year in October, this was already posted on 4chan and has come back saying all that Moot said is true. Take this with a grain of salt, but there are some strong connections to water and all, as well as some of the Pokemon Moot hinted at are here, so this could be true. Now, what are we talking about? Well, basically, this guy continues in his post here on 4chan. He says the following, which is, back in October, I posted those archived images I showed you, those posts. He says, I had info not coming from the Tera leak. Now, the Tera leak is a massive leak that took place last year within Game Freak. Like, their servers got hacked. Somebody got in and stole, like, terabytes of data, and all that data came out, and basically, like, in that data, you had, like, early builds of Pokemon Legends ZA, early builds of Pokemon Gen 10, you know, like, beta versions of Pokemon, a bunch of stuff like that. Like, a crazy amount of stuff was in that. But then he says, Moot is not lying. This is like literally from the guy who made this 4chan post, like right underneath here, he wrote this. It says, Moot is not lying. If you believe him, I hope you believe me. Now that the truth is coming out, I hope I get acknowledged more properly. Keep in mind that what I got back then came from internal sources, but it could be outdated now. I asked it again and again, and some stuff remains. Other stuff has been slightly changed. Other stuff is completely changed, but I noticed numbers match, more or less. Do you want something about the story, or at least what the story was, about designs, about general plan? There are a few adjustments to talk about in case some changes, some things moved away from Gen 10 to Gen 11 and reverse. And this is what he says. Now, okay, of course, people like will have their opinions, and there are a lot of replies. I've been trying to keep up with like what this guy, like what he's been saying himself, if he has replied to any people. But let's take a look at the image really quick and just go through it very fast just to see what is in it. So again, very low quality image. I'm not gonna lie. We can try to open it up again here to see if we can get a better quality, but it's pretty shite. But here's basically what we have. So top left, you have a garlic that's basically attached to some sort of jellyfish. Potentially could be a new Pokemon or some sort of alien-esque Pokemon. Same thing with this one right here is another one of those. But then it seems to show a triple evolutionary line. So some kind of onion-shaped, potentially like Kraken octopus type thing. At least that's what it could be implying. Maybe I'm wrong. That then looks like the end, almost looks like a, I guess a pineapple. Some form of goat Pokemon, which seems to evolve into a fire demon goat, almost like a devil goat of sorts, a satanic one, which is a bit insane. A baby water underground thing, maybe a baby water type, I guess a starter Pokemon here, like a, you know, the starter Pokemon, maybe that's what it's referring to. Then we have, I swear to God, I think that's like, what's her name? I forget the character from from Avatar, Waterbender. But she's got something on her head. I just cannot tell exactly what it is. And then some kind of creature with 4 legs over the Chinese flag, as well as a water icon. There is just so much in here. You got Wurmple with some weird like alien looking things on its head and stuff, and as well as another little creature here with similar things. Potentially this is another evolutionary line, like maybe some sort of like evolutionary line that will follow in a similar way of first being a sort of like Wurmple, like a little larva, and then turning into like something, you know, like a you know, like Pupitar or whatever. Like, not Pupitar, what am I saying? Well, yeah, Pupitar's kind of like that too. Like, geez, I forget the names right now. It's late. I am tired. But basically, it evolves into a butterfly. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from this. Then we have a few birds over here. And it seems like there's going to be a bird evolutionary line with maybe 2 different forms. Because one form here looks like it's like diving. The other form looks like it's like spread wings. Potentially that could be the case. Then there's this weird eye shape on a some sort of underwater like seashell, something like that. We got Steelix, but it looks like it's almost like either the image is low quality or something, but it looks like it's crystal. We also do have a freaking mole with crab hands, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean. We have a Pokemon. Again, this stuff doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a brand new Pokemon. It could be new forms, could be hinting at a feature, could be hinting at a lot of different stuff, even story, technically. There's a fish and then a fish with a stop sign. Again, very confusing shit. I think the most interesting one is at the bottom here. Like, it's hard to see, but basically you have a Glalie that's, like mixed together with a Ghastly and it's sweating. So potentially maybe like a regional form of Glalie that's like a ghost type. I guess. I don't know. That seems like it could be a possibility. There's also a Mewtwo, which you guys cannot see because of my big ass face. But there's a Mewtwo in the corner down here, which I don't know. I literally do not think I can actually show you because it's literally being blocked by me. It's literally behind me right here. Cannot see it. But basically, there he is. So there is a Mewtwo here, as well as it's attached to a beta version of Ditto. Like, it's an actual image of beta Ditto. There's also a bunch of, like, there's a butterfly here, too, with a bunch of Zygarde cores on it. So is it potentially possible that we're going to get some sort of either clone of Mewtwo, like it's Armored Mewtwo or something similar to that, as a legendary, and then also a butterfly that's going to be functioning, butterfly legendary functioning in a similar way to how Zygarde functions with all the Zygarde cells and all that. There's also Hercules with Melmetal, so maybe Melmetal getting some sort of form like that, or a Hercules-based Pokemon, but that has incredible strength, or resembles maybe Melmetal, could be potentially be the case. A Lava Lamp, so that could be implying a new Pokemon that's designed similar to that, or has some element to it like that. This shows a bird surfing with a, I don't know if that's a leak or not, but it could be Farfetch'd. I doubt it. Maybe surfing Farfetch'd. I don't know. There's a fish that's racing, so maybe a quick, fast fish, because you can see there actually has 3 different evolutions potentially. And then there's also a swordfish, so potentially we might be getting like either a Pokemon that evolves into 2 different versions, like a swordfish and or another version. But then you got a pike, and then you got like a rocket for a fish, so maybe a fish Pokemon that is shaped like a rocket. And then of course a swordfish. We also have these gargoyle-looking dudes, so maybe we're getting a gargoyle Pokemon. Komodo dragon with eyeglasses. So I guess a Komodo dragon for Pokemon. Something similar to Shaman in design. That might be getting 2 stages. And apparently a surfing watermelon. A watermelon on a flying carpet. So, fair enough. Now, some of these are really, like, a lot of this is very scuffed. Now, why do I even bring this up? Well, here's the thing. This is the one that was specifically noted as having actual importance, which is the one that shows a Victorian era looking, I don't actually, not even Victorian era, what am I saying? A Greek era statue, I guess, with a like a green Manaphy and Phione on either side here. And this one is interesting because what was mentioned by specifically Moot. Now, Moot, of course, if you do not know him, we can show you Moot really quick, just so you can see who we're talking about. Moot here is this user on Twitter. Now, he is a person who's got access to a lot of information recently about Pokemon, and he has been sharing a bunch of stuff. And one of the things he shared is that there's going to be a new type of Pokemon, right? These almost like deities, like god Pokemon of sorts, right? And that there's going to be a few Pokemon that have ascended. And apparently, in that list, there are like 41, I think, Pokemon on that list, whereof 8 of them are confirmed. But interestingly enough, though, he has confirmed like what they are, which those Pokemon are. And for this specific image, this could be referring to what was known as M4 and P4. Now, M4 and P4, so we have to think about, like, if you go to Gen 4 Pokemon, right? So we're going to look up Gen 4 Pokemon really quick. Gen 4 Pokemon. Really fast. Here we go. So if you look up Gen 4 Pokemon, and we're looking for a Pokemon with, what would it even be? Like, let's see. Let's open up the same image again just to get like a better like thought on this. So think about it. We've got a, what is this like? What was it again? M4 and P4. So if we just type in like M, right? And then we can just go down here and let's see like what Pokemon fit this. So you got Monferno, so that could be the potential one. But most likely it's going to be a Pokemon that has like multiple stages, or like a Pokemon that isn't like, you know, a mid-stage. But it could be Mothim. Could be a potential one. Doubt it though. Could be, let's see, could be Miss Magius. That could actually make sense. Let's continue on. Mime Jr. could be that too. Doubt it, but you never know. Munchlax, I guess, maybe not, but you never know. Mantike could be one, because Mantike, if you actually look at that image, kind of like, I mean, Mantike, Phione, not the same, but you can say there's a bit of a similarity. Magnezone could be one too. It has a bit of an alien feeling to it, and we know that we have been told that these god Pokemon are going to be some sort of alien even. They're not even from like our world. There's also Magmortar, that's an option. There's Mamoswine, which could be the option too. There's also Mesprit is one too, so Mesprit could work as well, just based on this. Again, the idea here is that these things are green, so I don't know if there's like a Pokemon that helps in any way. Manaphy is, of course, on that list too, because, again, M Manaphy, and maybe that's what this is. Maybe like Manaphy's going to become green and some sort of god almost, because these statues could specifically be statues of gods in this case. Again, I cannot tell because I'm half blind. So there you go. But either way, the other one though that's crazy is that this one, because Blacephalon has been confirmed, and Blacephalon, well, the colors of Blacephalon look very much like this, and this is on that image, by the way. It is right on here. So again, adds to a lot of, like, you know, possibility, credibility, whatever you want to call it, for this actually being real. So, like, there it is, right? Like, there it is. So, again, it just means that what we see here, it's going to take a while for people to dissect it and figure out what's on here, but I want to, like, encourage you guys to please go out and try to figure out what's on this image, if you can. Like, if you know how to, what some of the stuff is, let us know. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on it, because it would be interesting to see, like, if you guys can figure out what any of this stuff is. But that pretty much summarizes it, guys. So, yeah, I'd love to know you guys' thoughts and opinions. Let me know in the comment section down below. And, hey, hopefully we're going to get a new trailer for Pokemon Legends EA soon. I mean, we'll see, you know, right now it's a waiting game, so we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and bye-bye.